He gave her freedom, but not without a price. I spotted the note on a Wednesday morning. It was folded neatly in half, sitting beside her usual coffee mug on the kitchen counter. The same mug she always reheated but never drank. Don't come looking for me. I need space. That was all it said. No name, no explanation, no goodbye, not even an argument, just a quiet departure. As I stared at the vacant chair across the breakfast table, it hit me. She didn't even bother to kiss me before leaving, not even a polite lie to soften the blow. So I didn't go after her. Instead, I contacted my attorney. We'd first met in a bookstore, of all places. Yes, it's a bit cliché. I was browsing decision theory books. She stood nearby, pretending to read poetry. Her smile was all warmth and mischief. 11 months later, we were married. She wore a red dress. Said white felt dishonest. That should have been my first warning. For the first few years, I truly believed we were solid. She had this way of turning even the worst tempers into sunshine. But eventually, even the storms stopped. And when they did, everything grew still, too still. No passion, no arguments, just an ever-growing void. That emptiness didn't stay neutral. It started consuming pieces of me. She began working late, first once a week, then twice. She always came home drained, distracted. Her perfume changed, fainter, sharper, definitely not the one I'd given her. Talks of the future vanished. When she touched me, it felt more like a duty than desire. Still, I tried to believe. I told myself she was overworked, maybe just out of sync. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. One evening, while she was in the shower, I checked her phone. It was locked now, something she'd never done before. So I waited until she was asleep, used her thumb to unlock it with a fingerprint scanner. Nothing unusual. No messages. No emails. Just a spotless void. But that eerie silence, that perfect, polished quiet, that was the loudest alarm of all. I didn't confront her. I paid attention. A week later, she left that note. And that's when I made my first move. I filed for divorce the following morning. By noon, her access to our accounts was frozen. I moved my shares into a secure trust. Paused her cards. Reclaimed control, not out of vengeance, but clarity. Then I booked a flight. Ocean View Suite. No forwarding address. When she texted, I didn't respond. She tried calling once. I let it ring. She wanted freedom. So I gave it to her, signed, sealed, and legally bound. 3 days into my trip, my lawyer called. He sounded amused. She's here, he said, outside my office, crying. I sipped my drink. Let her wait. She never thought I'd walk away. That wasn't the version of me she knew. I wasn't supposed to be the man who lets go without a fight. But that's where she miscalculated. She thought I didn't understand the game she was playing. But I was already drafting the ending. Let's rewind. A month before she vanished, I had installed a keylogger on her laptop. Not because I needed proof. Because I needed leverage. Turns out, the man she was seeing was a colleague. Married. 2 kids. She called him L in her messages. Wrote things like, I feel alive when I'm with you. And he feels more like a brother now. It was surgical, the way she carved me down in nothing-using typed words beneath a smiling profile picture. I quietly sent everything to his wife. Then I waited. By day 4 of my vacation, I got confirmation. His wife had kicked him out, filed for divorce, frozen his accounts, just like I had. It was poetic in a way. When I returned home, she was outside my building. Her mascara had run, her face pale, her eyes hollow. Please, she whispered, can we talk? I didn't answer. She trailed behind me into the lobby, pleading, swearing she'd made a mistake. I was lost, confused. I didn't mean for it to happen, she cried. He means nothing now. I turned slowly, calm, measured. I know he doesn't. Her expression crumbled. That's when she realized. I leaned in. I read every word. She stepped back like I'd struck her. I just needed more, she said, barely able to speak. And now, I replied, you're left with less. My lawyer insisted we meet once more. She thought it was reconciliation. She arrived with a hopeful smile, like the last month had vanished. I slid a folder across the table. Detailed asset division. Bulletproof prenup enforcement. No alimony. Evidence attached. All within the bounds of the law. All final. She flipped through the pages. Color drained from her face. "You planned this," she whispered. "No," I said. "You did. I just finished it." The last image I have of her is frozen in that moment. Still seated, still processing, mouth parted in shock, eyes empty. It was exactly how I'd felt that Wednesday morning, staring at that folded note. And now, I feel nothing. Not anger, not triumph, just peace. They say betrayal is the knife you never see coming. But revenge? That's the handle. And I held it with a steady hand. I don't check on her. I don't wonder where she is or what she's doing. She got the freedom she asked for, and I walked away with my dignity intact. She misjudged the quiet ones, the ones who don't scream, who don't retaliate in the moment. Because when we strike, we bury. Some stories end in heartbreak. Mine ended in silence. And now, she's the one listening. Bell, if you found this story powerful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon for more gripping real-life stories.